So we were just talking, and we the topic of comparison. And there's a saying called comparison is the thief of joy. Comparison is the thief of joy, right? So I decided we could just talk about it because he had some good ideas about it. So this is Tyrone Stock Tips. Let's get it going. All right. So comparison is the thief of joy, and the idea of that is if you're always looking at something else and trying to compare it, you're not enjoying what you have at the moment. It's like there's a famous photo of Michael Phelps, and there's this other guy that was swimming against Michael Phelps, right? And as this guy is swimming, he keeps looking at Michael Phelps the whole time, right? He's looking at Michael Phelps while he's swimming, trying to see where he is. He ended up losing this race because of that. This guy lost the race because he's comparing where he was in relation to Michael Phelps, right? So now let's talk about comparison is the thief of joy. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I was going to say, like, trying to consider or narrow down where you actually want to live. It's like kind of building like the perfect woman or the perfect country where you want to live, because to my opinion, I believe Croatia has the best food. It's closer to the water. It's not too far from those.
Don't get too deep into Croatia. We're gonna talk.
Yeah. But I was just gonna say, like, it's not too far from Italy, so you're getting all that fresh food. And then, to me, I think Republic of Dominicano has the better beaches. That's my personal belief. But I never, like I said, I never experienced Panamanian beaches as well.
It was beautiful. So. To me, I went to one of the beaches, but it was actually an island that I went to, and it was amazing. I got footage of that, but it might not be age appropriate, so I won't show that footage. But it was amazing. But just the idea of comparison is the thief of joy, right? They got people in the world that's like, you got a guy here's the saying: you got a guy with a mansion, right? And then there's a guy with a home, but the guy with the regular home is like, man, I wish I could have a mansion, right? But then you got a guy that's in an apartment, and he's like, man, I wish I could have a home. Then you got a guy that's homeless, and like, man, I wish I had an apartment. Then you got so what could be worse than being homeless? You could be homeless in the wrong location. Imagine being homeless in winter New York or winter Chicago or summer Las Vegas. So like you comparing yourself to other people, or comparing the items that you have to other people, or just comparing anything, you could ruin yourself. You could take yourself into depression. You could take yourself into this world of what is this other person doing, or keeping up with the Joneses.
More so greed. And I know your channel's about stocks. It's like, what stocks are you willing to take risk on? What's the best for you to succeed in the future?
Right.
And it goes back to where you want to live. Like, what best for you? Not with other people's input. It's always good to take input, but what would be the betterment of what you want to do with your life and how you want to live as you get older?
So something funny. This is something funny, right? We all have our own situations where we've compared and it turned out bad, right? Have you had a situation that you could think of off the top of your head without revealing too much?
Yeah, I have a lot of things I can compare it to.
What's an example of a comparison that you made that ended up stealing your happiness?
Mm-hmm. One thing would be just like being in a relationship, seeing how someone else is being treated and not realizing how I'm being treated and how that person thinks how I'm satisfied.
Okay.
It's back to having a better communication with that. Like, I see, and I notice that a lot of times, especially with social media, a lot of men and women compare their relationships to the outside. and want the same thing, knowing that person really can't provide what they have to offer.
Right.
You know, as far as finances, the way they talk. I know a lot of people love languages is words of affirmation.
Right.
You know, some people doesn't have the gift of gab. I know I don't. You know, so but yeah,
selling yourself short.
Yeah, you know. But there's other things that, you know, I bring to the table that, you know, someone would love. But it goes back to what country should Tyrone invest in within himself, you know?
Yeah, and that's an example. I've had my example would be I've always compared how far someone was in their career. Like it used to bother me when I got out of college, and you know, maybe 4 or 5 years in, I could look at people that graduated with me, and these people project managers, department managers, and stuff like that. And I'm saying to myself, what am I doing wrong to not being? Yeah. And the funny part is, you just never know what's happening behind the scenes. They may just be working harder than me in that career. They may know someone that I don't. They just may be better at it than I am, and I shouldn't think that way. I should just focus on what I'm doing, and if I get there, I get there. So all of that just to say, we all compare, right? But you don't want that you don't want comparison to guide you. You don't want comparing someone's life or some situation to guide you in with the decision. Yeah, so y'all just take that with y'all. Like and subscribe. Tyrone Stock Tips. Again, we have merch now. It's at TyroneStockShop.com. We have merch now, so if y'all want to support the channel in other ways, do that. I do consulting, so y'all just hit me up, like, subscribe, leave comments, give me some examples of y'all. Comparison is the thief of joy.
Businesses, support small businesses.
Yeah. So y'all enjoy y'all day. We kicking it here in Austin, Texas at South by Southwest. We loving it. Y'all should, just visit Austin just because it's a great city and people are thriving in this city. People are having fun. We're having fun. We kicking back, drinking old fashions. Y'all have a good day. Peace.